That's considered the marketing savior for the sport.
So many people were also painting her out to be the problem. She could never do enough. She could never speak out enough.
A rookie sensation, she brought with her a massive college following, where her electrifying performances at the University of Iowa turned her into a household name. With her long-range shooting, court vision, and fearless play, she didn't just play the game, she redefined it for a new generation of fans. Her games drew record-breaking crowds, and her presence on the court was a magnet for media attention. But it wasn't just her skills that made headlines. Caitlyn's arrival in the WNBA coincided with a surge in the league's visibility. Games she played in regularly pulled in millions of viewers, a stark contrast to the WNBA's historically modest ratings. For a league that has long struggled to compete with the NBA, NFL, and other major sports, Caitlyn was a golden ticket, a player who could draw casual fans and turn them into loyal supporters.
Reality. It wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops, who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is...
On our YouTube channel, we've been covering her journey from college stardom to professional scrutiny. And it's clear, Caitlyn Clark is a game changer. Yet with great fame comes great friction. While many celebrated her as the spark the WNBA needed, others, including some of her peers, began to resent her. The narrative around Caitlyn quickly became polarized. She was either the savior of women's basketball or an overhyped rookie who hadn't earned her place. This tension forms the heart of our story today, and it's a saga that's as much about human nature as it is about sports. The European offer, a lucrative escape? The bombshell that set the basketball world ablaze was news of Caitlyn Clark's lucrative offer from a European team.
Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye.
Reports suggest the deal could make her the highest-paid female basketball player globally, dwarfing the salaries of even the WNBA's top stars. For a rookie who's only been in the league for a season, this offer is unprecedented. It's a testament to her marketability, her talent, and the global appeal she's cultivated in such a short time. On our YouTube channel, we've been digging into what this move could mean. For Caitlyn, it's more than just a paycheck. It's a chance to play in a league that by all accounts would value her contributions without the baggage she's faced in the WNBA. European leagues are known for their professionalism, their focus on star players, and their ability to offer financial security that the WNBA, with its modest salary cap, often can't match. For a player like Caitlyn, who's been under constant scrutiny, the idea of a fresh start abroad is undeniably appealing. But the offer has also ignited a firestorm within the WNBA. Some players, particularly veterans, are reportedly upset, feeling entitled to similar contracts. They argue that their years of service, their accolades, and their contributions to the league should warrant the kind of money Caitlyn's being offered.
You did. I did not poke you. Did you do it on purpose? I did not poke.
A'ja Wilson, a perennial MVP candidate and one of the WNBA's brightest stars, has been vocal about the disparities. "I've been dominating this league for years," she said in a recent interview. "MVP should mean something, on the court and in the bank." Wilson's frustration is understandable. She's a cornerstone of the WNBA, a player who's carried the league through lean years with her brilliance. Yet despite her accolades, she hasn't received the same international offers as Caitlyn. This gap highlights a harsh reality. In professional sports, talent and accomplishment don't always translate to financial reward. Caitlyn's ability to command attention, both from fans and overseas teams, has exposed a divide between the league's established stars and its new blood. The eye poke incident, a symbol of hostility. If the European offer was the spark, the infamous eye poke incident was the gasoline.
This woman is booed up with the girl that poked Caitlyn Clark in the eye. They're making videos making fun of Caitlyn Clark in the eye poke. What is the Indiana Fever doing?
During a heated game, Caitlyn was struck in the face by DJ Carrington, a talented but controversial player known for her physical style. The contact left Caitlyn with a black eye, and the moment went viral, replayed endlessly on sports shows and social media. But what happened next was even more shocking. Instead of apologizing, Carrington doubled down, mocking Caitlyn in a video that spread like wildfire. In the clip, Carrington reenacted the incident, laughing as she mimicked Caitlin's reaction. "Oh, did I poke you in the eye? Did you do it on purpose?" The video was a gut punch, not just for Caitlin, but for fans who saw it as a blatant display of disrespect. To make matters worse, Caitlin's own teammate, Nalissa Smith, was caught laughing along with Carrington.
Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that...
Smith, a former high draft pick who's benefited from playing alongside Caitlin, didn't defend her teammate. Instead, she joined in the mockery, leaving Caitlin isolated in a moment when she needed support the most. On our YouTube channel, we've been dissecting this incident, and the consensus is clear. This wasn't just a lapse in judgment, it was a betrayal. The eye poke incident became a symbol of the hostility Caitlin faces in the WNBA. It wasn't just about one player's actions, it revealed a deeper undercurrent of the Fever's inaction sends a troubling message. Caitlin is on her own. For a young player navigating the pressures of professional sports, this isolation can be devastating. It's not just about the physical toll of the game. It's about the emotional weight of feeling unsupported by those who should have your back. For Caitlin, the lack of loyalty from her team could be the final straw, pushing her closer to accepting that European offer. A league at a crossroads. The WNBA's struggle. To understand why Caitlin's situation has become so contentious, we need to zoom out and look at the WNBA as a whole. The league has always faced challenges. Limited media coverage, modest salaries, and a fan base that, while passionate, is smaller than that of other major sports. For years, players like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, and Diana Taurasi laid the groundwork, building the WNBA into a viable professional league despite skepticism and indifference from the broader sports world. But the reality is harsh.
goes with her every single place. It's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Even at its peak, the WNBA has struggled to draw the kind of viewership that translates to big revenue. Before Caitlin Clark arrived, the league was growing, but it was still an afterthought for many sports fans. A game featuring top stars like A'ja Wilson might draw a few million viewers on ESPN, but put that same game on a network like CBS, and the numbers would likely pale in comparison to NFL or NBA broadcasts. Caitlin changed that equation. Her games have produced the most watched WNBA broadcasts in over 2 decades, with some drawing upwards of 12 million viewers. Her presence has brought new fans to the league, people who might not have tuned in otherwise.
People that laid the groundwork, that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
Here's
Are
what we're going to do.
Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women, Chanae.
On our YouTube channel, we've been tracking the numbers, and they don't lie. Caitlin Clark is a ratings juggernaut. Her ability to fill arenas and boost TV audiences has given the WNBA a level of visibility it hasn't enjoyed in years. Yet, instead of celebrating this boost, some players seem intent on tearing Caitlin down. The resentment she faces isn't just personal, it's systemic. For veterans like A'ja Wilson, Caitlin's success highlights the inequities they've endured. They've toiled for years, winning championships and earning accolades, only to see a rookie command opportunities they never had. It's a bitter pill to swallow, and it's fueled a toxic environment where jealousy overshadows camaraderie. The role of race, an uncomfortable truth. No discussion of Caitlin Clark's situation would be complete without addressing the elephant in the room: race. Caitlin, a white player, has become the face of a league that's predominantly black. Her meteoric rise has sparked accusations of preferential treatment, with some critics arguing that her popularity is tied to her race rather than her talent. On our YouTube channel, we've been wading into this sensitive topic, and it's clear that race is a factor in the narrative surrounding Caitlin, whether people want to admit it or not. Let's be clear, Caitlin's talent is undeniable. Her stats, averaging over 20 points and 8 assists per game as a rookie, speak for themselves. But it's also true that white athletes in predominantly black sports often receive disproportionate media attention. This dynamic isn't new. It's been a point of contention in basketball, tennis, and other sports for decades. For some WNBA players, Caitlin's hype feels like a replay of this pattern. A white player being elevated while black stars are overlooked. This perception fuels the resentment Caitlin faces.
She was the second overall pick 2 or 3 years ago in the WNBA draft. Decent player, but no one would know. She played with Caitlin Clark. People know her name. She has no gratitude. She has no respect. She can't tell her girlfriend, hey, we ain't doing.
When players like DJ Carrington or Nalissa Smith mock her, it's not just about personal animosity. It's about a broader frustration with a system that seems to reward certain players over others. On our YouTube channel, we've heard from fans on both sides of this debate. Some argue that Caitlin's popularity is purely merit-based, driven by her electrifying play. Others point out that players like A'ja Wilson, who've been dominant for years, deserve the same spotlight. The truth likely lies in the middle. Caitlin's talent and marketability have made her a star, but the racial dynamics of the WNBA and sports media in general amplify her visibility. This doesn't diminish her achievements, but it does add a layer of complexity to her story. For Caitlin, navigating this landscape means dealing with criticism and hostility that go beyond her performance on the court. The personal toll. Caitlin's security and silence. One of the most overlooked aspects of Caitlin's story is the personal toll of her fame. On our YouTube channel, we've been piecing together reports about the challenges she faces off the court. Caitlin travels with personal security, a necessity driven by the volume of hateful comments and threats she receives online and in person. Every post-game press conference is a tightrope walk, where she's expected to address controversies without alienating fans or teammates. Imagine being 23 years old, thrust into the spotlight, and having to deal with this level.
Decades! What does that tell you? That tells you that before Caitlin Clark came along, it wasn't nearly as popular. It doesn't mean it wasn't growing in popularity over the last 2 to 3 years. But 3 years ago, WNBA was an afterthought.